Hey everybody, this is meeting Jerry Only and Doyle of the Misfits. So, if you haven't seen my video about meeting Danzig, part 1 and 2, please check it out. Plus, stop by the channel. I got all kinds of stuff. You want to check out live shows, whatever, please subscribe because I got more stories coming. Anyway, this is the story of meeting Jerry and Doyle back on the Resurrection Tour, their first tour, coming out of the gate. No one knew what to expect. Now, some of these videos I say there was no internet. You know, there might have been internet, but it wasn't social media where you could just like, everybody had pictures of everything. People had, their phones and their cameras everywhere. No, that wasn't how it was. So we're at this club called the Metron in Harrisburg, PA, the capital. And by the way, I got shut down by some dumbass rappers as usual, shooting each other. I don't know what. Either way, had a lot of cool bands coming through until people fucked it up. And so we're at our show for Rancid, and this is on the Out Come the Wolves tour, and we see some punks coming down the line handing out flyers. We're not really sure what's going on, and we get them, and it was orange. And I dig through my attic. I will find it and post it in the comments below. And by the way, if you have any experiences or stories below, post them. But I'll find it. But it was on orange paper, and it was like a fan, somebody from the Fiend Club or whatever, and they drew it on like a haunted house thing, and it said opening band Sardonica, and it said Jerry Only, Doyle, Michael Graves, and Dr. Chud. And remember, no social media, no, if there was internet, it was very dial up at the time. And we're like, who the fuck is Michael Graves? Who the fuck is Dr. Chud? Like, I like the Chud movies. I have Chud 1 and 2 on VHS. But I'm like, who names themselves after the Chud movie? I don't know. And who the fuck is Michael Graves? Either way, we're like, yeah, we got to check this shit out. I mean, we're huge Misfits fans. Jerry and Doyle were like legends, of course. I even had a buddy who was in the Doyle fan club. So, and getting that Christ the Conqueror shit. Anyways, so the date comes and I'm not prepared. I have the ticket. I will dig it out because here's the deal. My video is always cut off because I'm using a piece of shit phone and they cut off. So there's probably going to be a part 2 and I will have the ticket for that and some of the other shit I'm talking about. But this was in Lancaster, PA in the Chameleon Club. And so the first we show up, we don't know what to expect. We don't know how these guys are going to sound. I was like worried for them. I'm like, man, this is probably going to suck. They didn't sound good back in the day. If you watch any of the old shows, I grew up watching bootlegs. Now you can find stuff on YouTube. They didn't sound good. Okay. If you see the original Misfits, which boom, ba boom, I was lucky enough to see, they do sound better. But either way, I was like, this could be like, we just were curious. This could be like a one-time deal. You know what I mean? Like if it was bad, but either way, so we went there. And so the first band was, I guess, a local opener. They were called Uranium 235 or Uranium 3 numbers in a row. I don't know. But either way, they were like they were kind of goth, but the dude starts sig heiling during a song. And what's fucked up is like people started doing it with him. I'm like, what the fuck? But guess what? Welcome to fucking Central PA. Anyways, they were gone then, and Sardonica came out, and we didn't really know what to expect with them either. And sorry, guy, we weren't into them. We're like, the drummer's name, I believe, was Mike Mosh. Mike Mosh, that's the best you can come up with, bro. Anyways, so we were like, all right, whatever. But I guess they were, they were from Jersey or whatever, but they were traveling with them. Wasn't some pay to play thing. So they got off, and then the Misfits come out. And well, no, let me even back up before the Misfits even come out. they everybody was setting their shit up. They pull like the cover off the drums, and they got spikes on them, and it says Misfits in red lit up, and people start cheering, and then they pull off the thing with Jerry's bass, and you see the classic Cyclops skull horn, whatever the fuck, and then they pull off, and people are freaking out over the equipment. They're already going crazy over the equipment. And then you hear some kind of noise feedback. I'm not sure what the fuck it was. And they're like, bro, they come out, they hit the stage, And keep in mind, once again, we don't know what these guys look like these days, anything like that. But Jerry and Doyle look better than ever, bigger than ever. And the drummer, Dr. Chud, or Dr. Chode, as I like to call him, had a devil lock, and that's the first time. Like, usually the drummer is the odd man out. He doesn't look like he belongs in the Misfits. Like, look at Robo with the bald head, or Googie with the Billy Idol haircut, or any of them really. So that was so weird to see a drummer with a devil, but he's a good drummer. I can't take that away from him. And then Michael comes out. Michael, very skinny, very young, but I think they try to get a guy to look like a young Glenn. And say what you want about him, especially these days, but his vocal sounded good. He was spot on. Okay. And so they start playing. I don't know the whole set list, but what I do remember is some old guy got on stage. And when I say old guy, this was, they came back in like mid 90s. So when I say old guy, I'm talking about somebody that's like my age now, got on stage. It was like, got right up in Michael's face. Like, let's fight. Let's do it right now. And Michael Graves shit his pants, okay? Just didn't know what to do. And I'll tell you, remember that story for the inevitable part 2 that's coming, because I saw him on Halloween night later. But either way, I don't think we're going to make it there. This shit's going to cut off. So he's shitting his pants. And of course, Doyle saves the day like he always does, and comes and I don't know if he elbowed the dude or punched the dude. Either way, the dude went flying, and he's done. And so they go up. But either way, I was surprised how good they sounded. They sounded good. I mean, you see them bootlegs from back in the days, no feedback, they sounded good. If you closed your eyes, you'd be like, oh, this is the original Misfits. And so they sounded good. Then what happened is Jerry, after the show happened, Jerry came out, some kind of eggs, whatever, into not on the stage, but just walked out by the stage and was making his way back. And everyone's like, oh my God, Jerry's, some dude hugged him and Jerry's smiling. And it's like, Jerry's a pretty friendly guy, So I go back, I'm freaking out. This is what they had for sale. They had a bunch of stuff, shirts, but I, as you can see, I have a bunch of old like classic shirts. I didn't want to get like some new one, but they were selling these stickers probably for $2 for whatever. It looks like shit now, but it was brand new when I got it. So there you go. You see, I got the Jerry only, waiting in line, Jerry only, very friendly guy. I mean, I'm sure if you met him, but here's the bad part. I just see a misfit out of the corner of my eye, and boom, I get chud. And my buddy was behind me, and he was smart enough to pull it away so Chud didn't sign it. Because, come on, dude. I would rather just have Jerry only, But either way, so Michael Graves didn't come out because he probably would have gotten killed. Like, you go on YouTube or whatever now, and you see people saying, oh, yeah, Michael Graves is good.